Let's talk now to Kellyanne Conway, Donald Trump's campaign manager. Thanks for coming back to GMA this morning. You heard Tom right there at the top saying this is the strategy now of Mr. Trump to take on his own party. How is that going to help you win?
Well, it's going to help him just take his message directly to the voters, George. I mean, we've been playing very nicely with members of the party. The RNC and us have a wonderful relationship. I talk to Reince Priebus several times a day. His chief of staff and chief strategist are in our tower most days. And I'm really happy that they've provided so much of the basis for our ground game, our data operation, our field staff. So, and I just want to say, when Donald Trump raises money like he did, millions and millions of dollars yesterday in fundraisers, a lot of that money goes to the party and it helps those down ballot candidates.
But as Tom just said, you've got now a quarter of senators, members of Congress, governors not supporting Donald Trump. Last night he said that he doesn't want the support of House Speaker Paul Ryan, yet earlier in the day he said he was losing because he didn't have the support. So which is it?
Well, we want the support of anybody who's going to publicly endorse us, but enough of the pussyfooting around in terms of, do you support us or do you not support us? And the fact is that, some of these leaders have been very wishy-washy. And I think that Paul Ryan has a job to do to keep the majority in Congress, and the new president of the United States will go ahead and be with him, to help get legislation through. At the same time...
But does Mr. Trump want Paul Ryan to be the speaker if he's elected?
Well, that's up to the members of the Congress, but I hope it means that we have a majority in the House, the Senate, and the presidency, because that actually would be the best indication that Americans who are voting for Donald Trump for president also want a mandate for him to push through different pieces of legislation.
It's not looking like that right now. The latest polls have you down about 9 points, falling behind in the Electoral College as well. And we just saw that ad that you all are playing now showing Hillary Clinton coughing, showing her stumble after that 9/11 ceremony. You've got a huge gap with women right now. How are you going to be able to make that up running ads like that?
Well, we need to take the message directly to them on issues they care about, like education and Obamacare.
Hillary Clinton coughing and stumbling?
Well, we're calling into question her record as Secretary of State. And frankly, an ad that we're releasing today is called Corruption, and it really takes into account the fact that the Clintons came out of the White House. She said they were, quote, dead broke, and went ahead and made $250 million in speaking fees.
But right there, you're making fun of her health.
No, we're calling into question whether she's got the stamina to lead, and I think that's an important issue. It came up in the first debate.
And in the second debate, Mr. Trump said she always gets right back up.
She does, and thank God. And when she fell that day, Mr. Trump said nothing about it except he hopes that she was feeling well. We all did, and we do hope. I'm glad to hear that she's got a clean bill of health.
And now you're running it in ads.
But George, what does she do every single day? All she does is call him names. All she does is call into question his character. And we want this election to be not just about character, but also about issues. I mean, nobody wants to. ABC did an unbelievable report last night. I hope everyone will see it, about Friends of Bill getting preference by the State Department after the earthquake in Haiti in 2010. This is not the way that the government should be run.
I want to go back to another moment in the debate the other night. Mr. Trump's threat to jail Hillary Clinton. You dismissed that as a quip. Yet he's repeated it on the stump several times now. He's calling for a special prosecutor. And even Donald Trump's allies say that shouldn't be the kind of language we have in a campaign. The former Attorney General Michael Mukasey, he says this would be like a banana republic, putting political opponents in jail for offenses committed in a political setting. Even if they are criminal offenses, it's something we just don't do here.
So I think Donald Trump is channeling the frustrations of millions of Americans, and he hears from many of them at his rallies and otherwise, that just feel there's a different set of rules for Hillary Clinton.
But he's threatening to use the power of the presidency to put her in jail.
It wouldn't be up to him whether or not she goes to jail. That would have to be fully adjudicated through the regular channels like it would be for anyone else. But George, people do feel frustrated that there's always a different set of rules for Hillary Clinton.
He's not calling for the regular channels. He's calling for a special prosecutor.
We'll have to see if he's elected president, if that makes any sense. But I will tell you that folks get upset that we've got a gentleman, an American, who took pictures inside a submarine, who got jail time away from his child. Other people, if they are seen as violating the classified or the confidentiality of a national security document, they also face penalty. And in this case, FBI Director Jim Comey did make clear that she lied about how many servers she had, what happened to them.
No reasonable prosecutor would bring the case.
And many others have criticized him for that, saying that other people have been penalized. Look, obviously, in ABC's polling and other places, Hillary Clinton has a very difficult time proving to the American people that she's honest and trustworthy. And I don't think that her actions with her server and the way they treated the email, really imperiling everybody's national security, help that veracity challenge that she has.
That's all we have time for this morning. Kellyanne, thanks for coming in.